Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Code 3 Paranormal Podcast.
Hey,
Hello.
hi.
And today, Troy's going to take us down an adventure that we've all been kind of, been able to hear with the media and all that. So,
Get it, Troy. Get it.
I got it. I got it. Oh, welcome everybody. Oh,
I already
obviously,
did that. I
I know. I
already
know.
welcomed
Well,
everybody.
I can welcome too and say it. Welcome.
No.
But we're gonna talk
Well,
about
I'm going to welcome everyone too then.
And I'm
there,
going to welcome everyone
there we
too.
go.
I mean,
That's
I
more
don't
like
have a
it.
sex phone operator voice like Adam does, man. He's like,
Hey,
hey,
welcome back to the
hey,
Code 3
everybody.
Paranormal
Yeah,
Podcast.
welcome back.
I'm a buddy your bread.
Buddy.
I knew I'd get you.
Oh God. The balloons. We're gonna talk about the balloons
All right.
and
So,
UFOs.
anyways, balloons and all the weird shit that's been going on.
Right, right. So go ahead.
Hey, I did see like a video last night. It was pretty funny where a guy holding a balloon that says, I am not, he has like a shirt on that says,
Mhm.
I am not a spy. And the white balloon says, I am not a spy balloon. And he was over there by like China. And he's like, do you know where the U.S. embassy is? This is a weather balloon. I'm just checking the weather over here.
That's
Very
awesome.
funny.
Yeah, that's great.
Jeez. So yeah, there you go. All right. Well, show's over. We talked about it. So
Thanks for tagging along.
thanks.
We'll talk to you next time.
God, you sound just like Troy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He's learning.
No.
Yeah. I mean, so obviously we've had several things shot over the U.S., shot down over the U.S. and Canada and Alaska, and people are saying it's UFOs. Some are saying it's satellites. Some are saying it's a 12-year-old's fucking school project. So I don't know if you guys have seen that one, but it is believed that the first one was actually a kid's project for school.
Is that the one that they shot down over like Myrtle Beach or something?
Yes. So it's possibly was a kid's school
That
project.
poor kid.
Man.
He's
Now
like, I
he
worked
failed his
so
project.
hard. Right? Either
What if
that
his
or he
what if his
just
project was to get shot down by the government and start a war? A
Oh.
plus. A
Hey,
plus.
all right.
So
Or his
You
project was, hey, let's put this balloon up and see if we can have some paranormal fuckers sit around and talk about.
talk about it.
A
A
plus
plus
again.
plus.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm just saying, like,
Here we
okay.
are. You're welcome.
Extra credit.
Mission
So,
accomplished.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think? Do you think some of these are UFOs, or is it all just satellites in China trying to spy on us?
Dude, I don't know because some of the shit that I've seen, like, yeah, there was like the weather balloon, the typical normal, Fox News weather balloon that was shot
Right.
down. But then, like, I mean, you start getting the videos from social media where you see, lights moving in the sky, and you're like, hmm, what the hell was that?
Right.
So I don't know.
For me, it's like, ooh, that firework is broken.
Right.
It's just
Right.
staying there.
It's like, wait a minute. Is it supposed to do?
Right?
Those are new.
Right? How do you stay there for so long?
Amber, what are you
Yeah.
thinking
They're
on those
supposed to
balloons?
explode.
Right?
Do you think because there's been
Welcome,
like
Amber.
4. Yeah, welcome, Amber. There's been 4 shot down. Okay. Now, the belief is the second one was a UFO because they kind of shut up about it, and it was actually aired from the Air Force that they were essentially engaged in a battle with a fucking.
And there goes Troy.
Troy's gone.
Yeah, you froze up again.
Oh, there he is. Now he's back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Could you hear me though?
No.
Nope.
No.
You were just like,
God.
Couldn't hear a word you were saying.
Sweet. Yeah, the
It's
loveliness.
just you.
It's the loveliness
Cricket
of
Mobile.
living out in the fucking
I mean, I can
boonies.
hear Adam and Michelle. I could not hear a thing you were saying.
It's just him. It's always just him.
Yeah.
he's
I
on
don't-
that Boost mobile plan.
Right? I don't-
Cricket. Get it right. It's cricket. He
Right.
lives out in the boondocks and he has cricket.
Track phone.
That I hate about living out here.
He's got
for
the
sure.
LGE track phone.
So
I forgot to pay the bill.
Right.
Hey. I pay the bills.
Oh, okay. Well, then
There
I'm
you
on
go.
my phone and the phone is working just fine.
yes. I agree.
Right.
Yeah, it's just Troy.
Sorry.
Troy's a little
I wouldn't
slow.
work for Troy either, so it's whatever.
Right. So they believe the second one was actually a UFO. The government started shutting it down, wouldn't show what it was, and the Air Force had announced that they were kind of like in a battle with it. So did I freeze up again?
Yeah. Your bonus kisses. You're like,
Oh my god. Oh my
Is
God.
the audio working though?
Your audio's
The audio's
working, but when
fine.
you freeze,
Oh, okay.
we can't hear anything.
yeah.
Yeah, because
So
I
after we
see.
get done with this, as soon as you go back and watch it, yeah.
Uh,
You'd be like, I
that's
was
fine.
glad
Have
everybody
yourself a little-
kisses.
Yeah,
That's fine because you guys will see it too, because you guys are all freezing left and right. So your audio is working. Yeah,
Oh.
all of you. So the recording will show all you guys frozen too.
Oh, nice.
I don't know.
Nice.
Majority rules. We'll see.
Yeah, you'll see. Yeah, you've
Okay.
Adam's been.
Oh,
freezing
that's
a lot.
true because I allowed you to Yep.
Yep,
So
You'll
your
see it.
machine's gonna be.
seeing it all.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so you're talking about the second one. They're thinking that one was a UFO. I think after that second one, all of a sudden, like there's balloons that are being shot down everywhere. And I told Adam in the car the other day, I said, I think they're just trying to distract us from whatever the fuck is really going on.
Biden is what is fucking going on. Guy's a
Oh my
fucking
God,
nightmare.
dude.
Guy's a fucking. It doesn't matter what side of the coin you're on. That guy's a fucking nightmare. It took
What are you
him
talking
how
about?
long to shoot
Adam
that
and-
balloon down?
Adam and Biden,
They're like,
they're besties.
It's because
now.
Adam tricked Biden. They became best friends the
They
other day,
did.
so-
They became best friends. He was literally like 5 feet from him for
They
like,
were
how
holding
long?
hands. I saw pictures of
He
it. and
might
they
as
just-
well have been.
it was
Adam's
his dick,
the one
not
that
his
put
hand.
the balloons up in the air because he didn't want everybody to see the pictures that were all over the internet of them holding hands.
Right. We'll post
I
it.
mean,
How does it feel to be
Anyways,
close,
we're not
that
gonna-
close to someone that
Yeah.
we're
stupid?
not gonna even.
we
go down
won't
that
get too deep down
because-
that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fact that it went over the U.S. for so long and didn't get shot down, the first one, obviously raised a lot of questions. One was it shown on radar? Was radar picking this up as it was going the whole time? I know at some point it was, but
I mean, it has to. It has to. How can something go that far, that long,
right,
and not be noticed?
right, exactly. So obviously the first one
Oh,
was a balloon.
Troy was frozen. He was like,
As long as the audio is working.
We got it.
"Yeah,
We're good.
Yeah, don't
We'll
worry about
just
the frozen
ignore it.
face.
We'll just
Yeah, I don't care
just
about the
ignore
face.
it.
We're not gonna be able to fix that.
No one
We got
cares about your
shit
face.
internet.
Yeah, nobody
yeah.
can fix his face ever.
Yeah, we got shit internet. But so the first one's absolutely a balloon, whether it was spy or whatever. But the second one, that's the question that's been raised and how they've been hiding it and everything like that. So what I wanted to bring up about that is, let me put it so I can read it. Paul Benowitz. So Paul, man. Paul
Yeah.
found some good info. And the reason I bring this up is because a lot of people online are talking about an alien invasion. That's why all of a sudden it's happening. People have said it for years. At some point, they're going to come attack us, whether you believe in UFOs or not. It begs a question. I mean, would we go attack another world if we could? Probably. That's just
probably."
it's nature of everybody. I mean, violence and having power. So Paul Benowitz worked for the Air Force. He was assigned in New Mexico to Kirtland Air Force Base. And it's one of the largest in America. It's also like they do a bunch of tests on rockets. And I mean, they're deep. They're kind of like the Roswell #2, really top secret
Huh.
stuff.
Deep,
Yeah.
deep.
Deep projects. Balls
Okay.
deep. So like we talked before, he worked 24/7, so he actually bought a house right on the base. He was working from it, so he started noticing he's seeing lights in the sky every night, and he's like, whoa, this looks like UFOs. He wasn't really a believer. He's like, it's either us, is what his first thought was, is we're doing some secret testing on our own planes, which we do all the time. But then he started noticing some weird frequencies coming through. So he actually built his own full setup to intercept these frequencies, and they were called data bursts. And he ended up studying them and finding out they had messages. And one of the messages, or a lot of the messages, were essentially from other planets. And it was, once he was able to decipher it after months and months of working on this, it was that aliens were looking to take over our world. So obviously, him working with the Air Force and very close, he goes and tells him this information. So he's feeding them information for like years about this is what they're saying and blah blah blah, and finding out their weaknesses by talking about like what they want to do, so they know how to counter. Became this big ordeal. And he starts working for the government. Now, problem was is he got too much information getting involved, and so they ended up actually screwing with him afterwards. They get him all this information, but they had to quiet it, of course, what he had, because he was starting to believe in UFOs. He started like telling people. So they started setting him up with fake messages. So they were sending him all these fake messages. They were flying black helicopters with special lights to shut him up. He ended up in a mental institute after all this. Like they fucked
Of
with
course.
him.
I mean,
They
what
fucked
what
with
else
him.
would you expect?
Right. Right. And
Hey, at least they didn't kill him.
They didn't.
They
He
let
lived
him
till he was
live.
75. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe
Wow.
he saved the world. Nobody fully knows all the information that was passed on. And you can look up the information. One of them was called Project Aquarius. The other was Project Beta. Those were the two projects that were designed around the information he was providing. And after all of that, he was a huge believer. Now, where the data was coming from, they said from the get-go they were screwing with him to keep him away. So,
Well, of course they would say that. I mean,
right,
let's not put it out there like, oh, shit's real. We're gonna be like, we're just playing. We're just
right.
playing. Yeah, don't even worry
No,
about it. We're just
yeah,
playing.
yeah, because they did in the end actually feed him false leads, so they
Well,
were
yeah.
able to swing it and be like, oh yeah,
Yeah, we were doing
so
it the whole time.
right.
Don't even worry.
But a lot of the messages were an alien invasion. So, I mean, what do you guys think on that? Like, you think that's possible? You think that's just? I mean, this guy came out, said it to the media, ends up in a mental institute. Shit was going on.
Yeah. No, that was a big freeze.
Amber and I are like,
Yeah,
Right.
your sentence.
like there was a big
And-
moment of quiet. We're all like,
I don't know what you were saying.
I know. So you have to start over. What's your question? Do we
All right.
think what?
You think that's possible, or do you think this dude was just hokey, making his own messages? Because that's the belief too. Is he deciphered them, so he may have been already going crazy and started deciphering what he wanted to hear. You know,
But what's the definition of crazy? Like he
Right.
was not crazy to himself. He was just fucking brilliant.
I think
Right.
we
You know what I
know,
mean?
but we can't talk about it on here.
And he totally
Right.
could have been. I mean,
Aren't we
Totally.
all a little crazy?
true.
I mean,
Now-
Amber, you and I are definitely crazy because look what we deal with on a daily. Just saying.
Right.
I mean, 100% rock star.
Amber, what do you think? Do you think they would come try to attack us now? And why now?
I mean, yeah, I don't think that they, why? Like, why wouldn't they do it before if we were taking over their land already? I feel like it's just something. I mean, are you saying like this was before, or are you talking about right now?
Right now, though, in this was in the
No,
80s,
I feel like
90s.
I feel like right now, what's going on right now is completely trying to divert us from something else. Okay, I feel like this goes along in line with COVID. You know, we got like the swine flu, the bird flu.
Kung flu.
You got con
Right.
flu. You got Hong Kong flu. You got COVID, you got monkeypox, you got,
Yeah, the list is long
everything
for sure.
disappears. And then it's like, shit, that didn't work. Now what? Shit, that didn't work. Now what? It's just
Right.
moving from one thing to another.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I
I
think
know
it's just trying to divert people from one scare tactic to another. And everybody is like, shit, everybody's dying right now from that. People are figuring out common denominator with, oh, you've had the COVID vaccine and all these heart things are happening. What a
Right.
coincidence. Oh, shit. Well, no, it's just a freak accident. Whoopsie. Let's divert this and let's start doing something else. Like,
Well-
I feel like there's a lot of, every time people start thinking and getting a clue and understanding of what's happening,
They try to turn the
something
switch.
major else happens.
But this
and
is a
it's
pretty
completely-
crazy one. Why do you think they would jump from, obviously we went to COVID, we went to all these little things, but now it's like alien invasion. That's a pretty ballsy tactic to like, because they even said, they're like, we don't know what it was, the second one. We have no
I
idea.
think maybe it's because if something happens, like some kind of, I don't know, World War III, for instance, if that were to happen, they could be like, oh, it's the aliens. They started this. This
Right.
is why we're in war.
Right.
You have something to blame it on.
Right. The fucking
Because
aliens,
they can't
man.
blame the president because they got to have another election coming up. They have to be able, he wants to be able to be president again. He doesn't want to be blamed for anything.
How
Oh my
desperate.
God.
I know this, unfortunately, this touches politics because of everything that's going on. But that's, I mean, you're desperate if you were using UFOs and aliens to turn a blind eye, have everybody look the other way. That is a ballsy tactic,
To fit an agenda.
right? That is a ballsy. So I'm 50-50 on that because I feel like it's really excessive to be like the aliens, man. That's why we're fucked.
It might not be for politics, but it could be for some other
Totally,
thing too.
totally.
It could be
But
for
look who's
anything,
there.
but I feel like it could be a scare tactic for anything.
Look
Right.
who's running the show. I mean, he's not 100% there,
No.
so why
He's not all
not? You
there.
know,
He had his pants on backwards the other day. It was fucking hilarious.
look at the pretty
my God.
balloon.
Yeah, he walked off the helicopter, his pants backwards.
What the? Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's so bad. It 100% is bad. So I'm 50-50 on whether it's a UFO, actually UFOs all of a sudden magically coming around. But here's another thing I wanted to bring up. There has been many big time names to come out and say that we have obviously reversed engineered many of these crafts that we found, but not that we've used it just for our technology, as in phones and all that jazz, like Area 51, that we have used it to build our own UFOs that look like UFOs. They're triangular, they're everything like that. And we're testing that as well. So, and here's the thing.
Look at what is it, the stealth
fighter.
Fighter.
Yeah.
Stealth
It's
bomber?
triangular shape.
Yeah. Everyone said
The
that
stealth
was,
bomber.
yeah. Everyone said that was a
bomber.
UFO for years. You know,
Yep.
and here's the thing is, as stupid as Biden is, they're not going to tell him what they're testing, what they're doing. So that easily what they shot down as number 2 could have been a U.S. testing plane. And he didn't know. He gave the orders, but only a handful of people know what it is.
Mhm.
And we shot down our own fucking thing, which is totally
Does he
possible.
even know what he's eating for fucking breakfast?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, so I think
Is he
the
even
whole-
really giving the orders? Because I don't feel like he is. I don't feel like he is very competent enough to even give orders. He can't even read off a piece of paper to give.
But
a
competent or
speech.
not, he's the president and he can say and do whatever the hell he wants, and it just happens.
Right.
Nope.
Unfortunately, but
He has the
Right.
motorcade, and
I don't
he
know, I
has
think-
the airplane, and
I think the whole balloon thing, like I said, I still think that it's like, hey, look over here when we're doing this over here. But at the same time, it could be China trying to pull some bullshit,
Yeah.
because China and North Korea, they're always trying to do something.
And we do to them. We fly
Right.
shit over there.
But that's the
Absolutely.
thing, though, is they're like, ooh, we've never tried a balloon. They'll never think anything of this.
it's a weather
know,
balloon.
right?
It's just floating
Right.
along.
So, it's possible.
It totally is.
It would
And
be
I-
better if they put like Goodyear across the side
Right.
of it and just let it go. I mean,
The blimp is weird shaped today.
Right. And I guess I do see the timing too, if they did want to use it, because the Air Force has come out in the recent year and said there's UFOs. They exist. So they may have been like, we can use it now, you
Right.
know? But there's a lot of people who say, no, this is the end. Like, this has been coming from other worlds and blah, blah, blah. And going
well,
off.
but then again, look, it's been an ongoing progression. Like our last episode when, Troy, you were there for the Phoenix Lights.
Yeah.
There was the Phoenix Lights, a huge unidentified flying object going over Phoenix. And
Massive.
now everybody's like,
Right.
What are you talking about?
right?
You know,
It was
the weather
massive,
balloon's going to be the same way. What are you talking about? What weather balloon?
right? So I don't know.
Does it make you wonder, like the people who record? Like I have a friend, I think they posted on Facebook. They went to Myrtle Beach. They were on vacation and just happened to be right there when they shot it down. They recorded the whole thing. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, if this is what I think it is, like somehow that footage is gonna be deleted
It's just going to
magically, or
disappear.
you know what I mean? Like, and even the one that I sent to the group text the other day,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, oh my God, like if that were me
Somebody
and I
should play that.
if I posted that, I'd be so scared that they would be coming after me. You know what I
Amber, you
mean?
want to share your screen and play that? Do you have
Yeah.
that?
Do you got that? Pull that up.
Are you talking to
It's a
me?
cool video. No,
It is a
Amber.
cool video.
Oh, I was
Amber.
like, I don't know how to do that.
Sorry, young Jamie. Let me go.
Young Jamie.
Jamie.
That's right. And yeah, you're absolutely right because the NSA listens and they're listening to this right now.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh,
If
For
they
sure.
will, they've come
Cheers.
through. Yeah, right.
Bottoms up.
Right.
Nuggets.
They're a bunch of bitches, but they listen and they watch everything you do. Now, technically, that's against the law to do it against American citizens, but they do it. Of course, they do.
Of course they do.
Right.
You know, they
Yeah, but
can't.
that's
Go ahead.
go ahead. No, I was
You
just
go.
gonna say that's just the video where I was like, what is going on?
Right.
Yeah.
Like even just watching it, I watched it a couple times. Like I can't even process what is going on. That's why I'm like, that firework is broken. Like it
Well-
went up, it was supposed to explode, and it just doop doop doop
Here's
doop, and
what it could be,
stayed, and I
too.
was just like,
That was
what?
that Facebook one you sent us, right?
Yes, the one I
Now,
sent to
here's
the
what
group
that
chat.
one could be, and I'll look at it here, and I can probably give you a good idea what it is. But a lot of misidentified objects that are flying is thank you to Elon Musk and Starlink. They shoot up constantly
Oh.
out of Florida, constantly out of California, and those are being misidentified. They leave a very the same pattern for all of them. So it could be Starlink, 100%.
Yeah, but you would think if I don't know,
He's
does
just
he-
been fined several times for not letting the public or
Right.
NASA know. So he
must
don't
be
give
nice
a
to
fuck.
have- must
right?
be nice to have that much money.
It's only like
share it. Come on.
it's like 125,000 he gets fined for it each time. That's nothing to him. It's like pulling out a $10 bill for everybody else.
Right. That's
He's like-
he sold 3 cars. Like,
He's like, I got
Right?
couch change.
Right?
Okay. I'll share my screen. My head's looking kind of funny because I have to turn my phone the other way, but
You're fine.
Okay.
hold on one sec.
I always did think it was a little odd shaped, but
Oh, shut up.
share it. It won't let you. NSA, man. They're fucking on it.
They're like, nope, delete
They're
it.
like,
You are sharing.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty firework. Wait a minute.
Right.
that boggles my mind.
Yeah.
It's like 9 flying around. Okay.
Yeah, but then that one's moving, goes into
Right.
the other one, and then it shoots off.
And
Then
then
that
they
one's like, oh,
disappear.
let me come. Yeah.
Can you mute that volume, Amber?
Mute it?
Yeah.
Oh, just play it. It's fine.
I can't mute the volume.
It's the lovely sounds of Homeland,
Homeland, Florida.
Florida. Our Florida doesn't sound like that.
And then they just disappear.
Yeah, they're just gone. Oh, Homestead,
Watch
Florida.
it.
Sorry,
Homestead.
there was text over it.
That doesn't look like Starlink. Starlink's, the ones that I've watched have kind of stayed together, the lines. That one, like, and then has others moving.
It was just
Yeah.
weird. It was almost like they had some kind of control over which ones they were going to move. And this one moved and went into that one. And then that one's like, okay, now we're going to branch off. And then we're both going to move. It was just, I don't know.
I would say that was a possible drone show, but it was too high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are doing drone shows instead of fireworks, at least over here because of the fire dangers. But that was too high. So
You guys are under fire danger again?
not right
Yeah.
now, but over the summer they
Well,
they did
yeah.
they did a
Always.
bunch of drone shows.
Mm.
So
Happy 4th of July. Look at the drones.
yay. Right. I heard
Yeah.
it was
I remember when they
It
used
was
to do
kind of
laser shows.
funny. Well, I think the biggest funny, like the funniest part of it is that it ended up looking like a penis.
yeah, somebody posted that.
Oh, that is awesome.
So yeah, that doesn't look like Starlink. That's crazy.
It's just weird.
It's way
I
weird.
saw that and I was like, I have to share this because I don't like someone explain it to me. Like I have to know what is going on. What is that? It
It's
doesn't make sense.
A lot of shit going on in the air right now. And how much is happening that they're not saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Or how much is
know?
going on that people can't see with the naked eye.
Right.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
they've talked about many, freaking aircrafts coming into our airspace and freaking nobody can see it because it's cloaking until it's like on top of you and then the radar picks it up. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm torn. I don't know if it's a political thing or if it's actually the end. The end's here.
Does it make you wonder too, like in the other countries, are they dealing with the same thing?
It's a good question.
Or
Well, you know what's interesting is my boss's daughter just got hired on as a civilian for Space Force
Oh,
to do defensive counter-terroristic stuff in space.
yeah. 100%.
That is her job. Is she is a defensive counter-terroristic person for space. Like
There was a video
What?
I just watched a few days ago where a satellite was up in space and an object starts approaching it. And the satellite actually had a defense system that shot a missile at it. And as soon as we shot the missile, that thing, because they thought it was a meteor, it's a meteor defense system to knock meteors from hitting the satellite.
yeah.
And it was coming. It looks like a meteor at first. As soon as they shoot the missile, that sucker zigzags and fucking boogies. It's not a meteor. It's gone. One of the coolest videos. And luckily, some people recorded it because it was deleted from the internet, of course. But yeah, it was really neat. Really neat.
Wow.
Oh,
So
crazy.
I would love to hear the stories from those people at Space Force for sure.
Yeah.
It just sounds cool. What do you do? I work for Space Force. I protect the galaxy.
I would like
Guardians
to,
of the
like,
Galaxy.
it would be cool to work for that, but I also don't think I could also live that life.
A lie. Everything's
To
a
live
lie.
that secret, because my uncle's brother worked for Area 51 and he can't say a word. He couldn't say a word at all.
Yeah.
Even when they like got him drunk, they try to get stories out of him and he's like, I can't say a word. Like, you literally can't say a word.
Locked down.
It
Of
would be
anything.
hard to know things and not be able to talk about them.
Just so everyone knows, what airline flies from Las Vegas to Area 51? Anybody?
The Jen,
Spirit. No, I'm just kidding.
Alien.
Amber has it because I told her before, but it's
the plane, you mean?
Yeah, the airline is called Janet. So if anybody ever wants to
Janet.
look it up, it is called Janet. It's only to fly from Vegas to there, but they named it. So
Bro, that was really random.
just so you know, I just wanted to
But,
put that
hey,
out there.
Cool. All right.
Right?
Little
Right.
shout out to Janet Airlines.
Right? It only has one flight in, one flight out.
There you go.
That's
Well,
What kind of plane they got?
We were talking about it because my uncle's brother passed away. We found out the same day that my grandfather went into the hospital. So, and yeah, he was saying like, to go to Area 51, you can't take anything. You get searched and everything. All you can have is an ID. You can't have a pen. You can't have a piece of paper. You can't have anything. And you're in the plane. There's no windows, no nothing. You go, you work, and you come home. You have to take a bus to get to there. You get in the plane, no windows. You get there. work.
No, thank you.
See, because you're not
Yeah.
going to Area 51. You're going somewhere else because it's all
Mhm.
blacked out and dark, and you think you're
And
going
you
to
Probably.
really
Area
You
wouldn't.
think.
Yeah,
51,
you wouldn't know.
but
Yeah.
you're not. You're going somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good chance. And you could be going to S4, which is the one that's 50 miles south or north of Area 51,
Yeah,
where
exactly.
it's believed that they
Yep.
truly hold everybody. So yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, we're going to Area 51, but you're actually going to S4," which we looked up S4 and Area 51 on Google Maps, or not Maps. What was the other one? Back in the day, all the kids would
Earth.
use it. Earth, Google Earth, and a lot of it's blocked out. So,
Mhm.
well, they're actually getting pretty good. At the top layers, it just looks like desert, but as you scroll down, you can see that they have added a layer to block it to look like the desert, but it's definitely blurry.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was pretty cool.
But even if you go over Area 51, you can see that it looks like they digitally copied a layer next to it.
Mm-hmm.
You can see where it's like another layer has been laid next to it.
What's crazy is the people that do find these things that sit, on the computer all day, because at different, each one's a photo at a different layer. And sometimes they miss covering a layer. And that's how those guys find secret shit, is they find the layer that they forgot to, disguise. And it's just one fucking perfect spot and you can see it all.
Yeah.
And those guys, fucking hats off to them. I couldn't
Yeah.
sit there for hours just going, barely touching, the mouse to go down and down.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No, thank you.
Hats off to them
Yeah,
with their
I
hot
just couldn't live
pockets
with
in
those
mama's
secrets.
basement.
Right.
That's a lot of secrets that, to be so quiet. But it'd be cool to know those secrets, but to not be able to tell people those would be really hard,
I think you'd get used to it. My problem would be is that you're just a pawn as well. So even though you know secrets, you don't know all the secrets. Some people know certain secrets. It's like a game of chess of who knows what. And they want it that
Right.
way. That way nobody knows it all.
Yeah, and you just can't say
Yeah.
nothing to nobody.
Right.
Yeah, so you
And-
can't sit and compare notes like, ooh, like
Yeah.
what do you have?
Yeah.
This is what I got today.
just like
Piece them
DIA.
together.
When we talked
Mhm.
about DIA and they built it, the contractors for the tunnels were only there for 4 months at a time. And it was very suspicious that they constantly were going through contractors to build it, but it makes sense now. Nobody knows exactly what goes on down there because they only built a part of it, of a little section.
Right.
Well, and they're still doing that with the main terminal. I mean, look at how many
Yes.
contractors have been through the main terminal just to
Tons.
remodel it.
Tons. And they have spent so much ridiculous money on something that didn't need to be fixed or changed. What's going on there,
Well, DIA sucks.
Well, it does suck.
It really needs to be changed. Like,
It does, but what they're doing doesn't make any goddamn sense. They're not changing what needs to be changed.
yeah, exactly.
But I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if it's balloons, UFOs. The fucking world is weird right now.
It always has been.
Yeah,
It just gets weirder and weirder as
Right.
the years go on. It's just there's just
Well, and
more
I'm
and
sure
more.
I feel like they're trying to cover something up, but it's just, what are they trying to cover up? They're always trying to cover something up. Always.
and thank God for internet nowadays, because everyone can find the truth somehow. Back in the day, it was easy
Yep,
to hide.
There's no more men in black coming to your doors.
No, because everyone talks about it. I mean, even people who don't believe in aliens, UFOs are like, maybe it's a UFO. I mean, you can't stop the information being passed to each other anymore. Like you said, the dude's not showing up at my
Right.
door to threaten me, because it doesn't fucking matter, because everyone's seeing it. Everyone's believing it.
It's funny when you
Yeah,
say
but
UFO, I always go back to like the alien thing, but it's not necessarily an alien thing.
No.
It's like it's just any unidentified flying object.
Yeah.
There's unidentified flying objects all over the
the time.
place, all
Right.
the time.
And like
But
you said,
when you label it a UFO, then it starts getting into your brain like, okay,
aliens.
UFO means, like some other, life being, whatever. So once you
You've
label
been
it UFO,
conditioned
you
to
get people
hear
to think
UFO
differently.
as
right.
an alien.
Totally.
Instead of just saying, oh, there's just an unidentified flying object, when you literally, if you label it UFO, people are starting to think, okay, so what's going on? Like, what is it?
Right.
Like, are there aliens? Are there, different life forms? Like, it's not just a flying object. Now
It's
you've
the
put
little green
something else.
Martians.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
put something else in their brain because you wouldn't say the whole, you had to acronym it, and they're like, oh shit, alien
Right.
attack. No, it's just there's things floating out and flying around that we don't know, hence the UFO. But the way they say it,
Yes.
we're trained to think that way.
Yeah.
100%. Because yeah, it could just be Russia, it could be North Korea, it could be our own planes. It's just
Mhm.
unidentified. It could
Right.
be an alien
Yep.
spacecraft. We just
Could
don't
be.
know.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. Yeah, when you say UFO, immediately everyone's alien. And it's not.
Right.
It could be fucking anything.
It's Marvin the
So-
Martian.
Right? It could be somebody threw a hell of a frisbee. Who knows? I mean,
Wow.
A frisbee that high?
I'm like, dang,
Right?
that's impressive.
Right.
Hey.
Mhm. Yep.
Dang, if you're throwing a frisbee that high, then you better be in the world record or in the Olympics.
Yeah,
Mhm.
one or the
You better
other.
be getting paid for that arm.
I'm sure. You know what? The Guinness Book of World Records, it really isn't a thing anymore.
I don't
Like,
know.
whatever
They still
happened
make
with
They-
that?
no, they still
make
do.
a book every year.
They still make a
one
book.
every
I think
year.
it's just
Really?
it's when we were kids, you're into those things more. I used to have
Yeah.
that book when I was like 12.
Oh, I
every
got my
year.
kid. I got my kid a book every Christmas. They would
Yeah.
get a new one.
I
but-
used to
Yeah.
watch the show where the people tried to beat it.
Yeah. If you watch Dude Perfect, they break the records
Yeah,
all the
my
time. They
kids
bring that
watch
guy
it.
on all the time. Yeah, they break records all the time.
Dude, perfect.
Oh, dude, they're fun to watch. You got to watch these
Yeah.
guys. I will
Okay.
put a huge shout out to them because they are very family friendly and they refuse. They have turned down like literally hundreds of millions of dollars of ad space for liquor, cigarettes, all that. They
Yeah,
refuse to
right.
be any part of that. They're like a very church family friendly. I
My
love those
kids were
guys.
so into that
Yeah.
forever.
Those guys are awesome. They're fun to watch, and they're
Yeah.
just good fucking people.
They're
So
they're pretty
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
yeah, watch Dude Perfect, dude. Watch. You
Okay.
got to watch the first episode though, from when they started in their backyard, like 10 years ago.
What is it on? I'll have to
Trick-
look.
YouTube.
YouTube. They just do fucking
Okay.
trick shots and all this crazy shit. But they started in their backyard with like basketball shots, like over
And
their
they're
house,
they're just trying to break records, and
and now they just
they're
break
having
fucking-
fun. They're
Yeah.
just friends having fun. It's kind of like, what is the show that we always watch, babe? The Four Friends, Impractical Jokers.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
like that,
okay.
but they're doing trick shots and they're doing, more athletic things. They're not just walking around making people laugh.
right, right.
Okay.
I know, it was a little off topic, but those guys are awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was funny with everything going on that I had read this article on Paul and I watched a video on Paul Benowitz and him talking about an invasion, and him cracking those codes. So it was like, fuck, are we getting invaded? I don't think so. But do I think maybe if it is UFO, like actual alien UFOs, maybe they're testing the waters?
Well, how about this? If we get invaded, we'll be the first ones to be like, Troy, you called it.
I called it, dude. Fucking right here.
You
Right
nailed
before
it,
they
bro.
destroy. Right
Write me
before
a
they
check
destroy
before
us.
I die.
If we get invaded, we're gonna sacrifice you, Troy, and let you go get vote
Please,
first.
There you
please
go.
do. I will breed with them.
A
We'll let you live
sacrifice to the
stream it.
higher God.
Right,
Live
right. So,
stream it.
Oh,
Have a Troy. You get
Can
a
we-
Troy.
I need to put a little beam hit me while I do that. But I don't know, man. It's crazy, and I know many people have said that, like the nuclear. We talked about in the past with the nuclear plants that UFOs have visited it because they have mentioned that aliens are trying to save us from destroying ourselves and blah blah blah.
That's a good point. Have you read about or heard about the power plants in Ohio that are blowing up and turning into like 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl and all of that?
Yes, all of that area.
Crazy.
Michigan has all of a sudden have all these train derailments. Again, that may be political and stuff, but then the Ohio power plants. There's a lot of shit going on in this world
my
right
kids
now.
actually asked me about if I knew about all the train derailments. I did not.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about
Yes.
them.
Oh yeah. And now like all of fucking Michigan's water is all fucked again.
So is this because the president's dumb? It's trying to tell us that the president's fucking us over.
No,
Oh,
I
they-
think they're just trying to get Michigan off the map because it needs to go.
Right. At least
Or the
Detroit.
president, too.
At
I
least
mean,
Detroit
Well,
get
yeah.
that.
I
bitch
don't know.
out of there.
I don't know. I live under a rock, so I don't know anything about anybody right now.
This is my like. I go through the news feeds on the shitter. This is where I get it all.
And he's
Well,
in the
you
shitter for a
are on
long
there a
time.
lot.
And in there for a long time.
Right now, news feeds, man. I get caught in these stories, and I'm reading it like the Michigan shit. I'm like,
He's like, my feet are turning purple, but I gotta read this.
I gotta read this. Now their water's ruined.
I mean, he does tell me he has to shit like 10 times a day. So
That's because he's full of it.
He's got those hospital leg things that massage it. So
massages
the
so-
compression.
Yeah.
Yep,
Keeps the
so I don't get a
circulation going
fucking
while you're
blood
sitting on the
clot.
toilet.
Yeah,
Blood clot while you're on the toilet.
that's all right, man. Fucking COVID's already gonna get me with that blood clot. So,
Oh, pff. Yeah.
well, the shot. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure we've had
The
COVID
shot.
2 or 3 times now.
I've had it like 3. The shot will get me the
Yeah.
blood clot. Sorry.
Yeah, fuck the shot.
Yeah.
Not to go
But-
back down that rabbit hole,
Yeah.
but do you remember when we were in Denver and they were doing the shots at the Pepsi Center
Yes.
and people started fucking like falling out and they're
Yes.
like, oh, no more, we're shutting it down.
They shut it down because people were fucking like passing out, and it wasn't because of the shot. They were literally like fucking dying at Pepsi Center over
Yeah.
the shot, and they literally
Yeah,
shut
the
it down.
Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah,
And nobody talks about the Johnson and Johnson shot anymore.
right.
it's not around.
Well, and
No.
they don't have to because the government gave them immunity. All shots were given immunity.
Of course.
Anything that's defined as a federal medical issue and they are given the right to do a vaccine, you can't touch them.
Mm-hmm.
Complete
Yeah.
garbage. But
Yeah.
and like again, to go back onto what we are talking about, maybe they're seeing the fucking end of our world. Maybe they're seeing these guys are fucked. We're screwed. Which I totally get.
Yeah, so let's map it out and see where we can start.
Right. Can we go take it now? Because it is vulnerable. America, the world, everywhere is vulnerable right now. Everyone's
Yeah.
fighting with themselves. Every politician's garbage. Fucking, I mean, if you actually look deep on the news, you'll see all these riots and all this shit going on around the world that's no longer on the news. It's just become old news because it's fucking every day now. It's, it's like a school shooting in
Well,
Colorado.
if they're flying around the whole world, right now, scoping it out, they're going to hit Turkey first because poor Turkey has been hit the fucking earthquake after earthquake
Oh, yeah,
lately.
Turkey's
See,
done.
I haven't even heard
Turkey don't
anything on
matter.
Turkey. What's happening
Oh
in
my
Turkey?
god. They've had a
Dude,
few
there's like
fucking
40
earthquakes.
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 Earthquake.
Sounds
I
yummy.
have to make dinner after this. I'm so hungry. I'm like, no.
There's like
earthquakes.
43,000 people that are dead from multiple earthquakes in Turkey.
And I
And
read the
it-
news every day, and I
It's
have no
happened
idea.
over
Yeah.
the last couple.
Young
it's been
Jamie,
like-
check it out.
Yeah.
That's right,
Yeah.
young Jamie. So exactly. So it's
You just read that later when you're on the shitter, dude.
all right. Well, I
Oh, she
haven't
disappeared.
I haven't seen it. Instead, I see
Yeah.
fucking who Kim Kardashian's fucking now, and that's the
Oh,
problem.
my God.
That's the
Yeah,
problem.
That is the problem because no one should give a kid no one should give a shit about people's relationships. I keep hearing like, on
Right?
the radio. I keep hearing about Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. I don't
Yes,
give a fuck.
how he's cheating with
I
the guitarist.
don't
I've seen 20
care.
articles on that.
I
Nothing
don't
about Turkey.
care, right?
But
I
you-
don't care.
Those fuckers in space are paying attention to the real shit, and so they're like, yeah, they're screwed, man. Let's get in there, fucking take it out.
Right.
That's the stuff that makes me go, is there intergalactic issues going on that we're about to see? I don't know.
Don't worry about our blimps and balloons and space aircraft. Look at Machine Gun Kelly over here.
And his guitarists
Right.
are fucking, well, yeah, of
Yeah.
course, they're celebrities. They're fucking everybody.
Yeah.
I just,
They are. They're always just trying to avert our attention somewhere else. Like, let's find
Yeah.
something that's going to grab their attention so we can do something else.
You know, the biggest one I can think of is, do you remember downtown Nashville around the elections? There was a van and it had an audible
yes.
recorded message that said, "This is a bomb. It's going to explode.
Yes.
Leave."
Hmm.
But it was only an EMP. It was only an electromagnetic field that went off. It didn't destroy buildings.
It took out their infrastructure. For
It destroyed all of the
electrical
stuff that was stored for the elections for Trump
Yes.
and Biden. And all of a sudden, nobody talks about the bomb that went off in Nashville.
I forgot about that. And that's what they talked about those balloons possibly doing. If you were to put an EMP into our skies over, and now you're not going to take out the whole US, but if you were to put it in over Colorado, you could take out all of Denver's fucking electrical. So that means no more communications, police, fire, all that's gone. Okay. That's done. And it's done for like several days.
And Colorado has a really big military infrastructure in it.
Huge.
I
We
mean,
got NORAD. I mean, you take out
it's got
NORAD with
NORAD.
the EMP. I don't know if NORAD, because if you don't know
Don't
Don't
NORAD,
give people ideas.
yeah, it's built into it's built into a mountain to withstand
Cheyenne
a
Mountain.
nuclear,
Yeah.
a nuclear attack. But can it stop an EMP attack? I don't know. Because their towers are outside of the fucking thing.
There's towers and
Yeah.
electrical wiring that's going out and sending out signals. And
I feel like an EMP
signals
could
and-
take out NORAD. And NORAD is the one that found
Yeah.
all of these traveling over the US.
Well,
So-
it should. That's the point.
Well, that's
of it
its
now.
that's its
Right.
job.
I have a question. Oh,
It's not a fallout bunker anymore.
it's a tiny
no.
bit off subject, but it's still into the balloon thing. Did anyone else think of when we were talking about, or when we saw clips of like the balloons being shut down or shot down? When was it? It was God, it was years ago. But like that little kid that was inside.
It was
fucking,
it was
Balloon
13
boy.
years ago.
the balloon boy. Was it
When-
13 years ago? Like,
That's
did
when
anyone
Landon
else
was
think
born.
about that?
I did. And
You know-
we've talked
Adam
about
looks
it on this
confused.
show. We talked about it on the show for the Mandela effect, because Amber and I remember Landon being born during it, because it was on the TV in the hospital room,
Mm.
and everyone was watching it while she's giving birth. But when you go back, the date doesn't match up for when it actually occurred.
It says
Wow.
it happened on the 16th.
Yeah. And that
Sam,
was
you don't
not.
know. You don't know what we're talking about.
No, I'll have to look into it. I don't remember that.
Colorado Balloon Boy.
Yeah, I just remember it looked like a big fucking Jiffy Pop.
Right.
Wasn't it like
It's a
aluminum
saucer
looking?
like thing.
It
yeah.
looked like a UFO saucer.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he was like
that the kid was
inside.
supposedly in, and he never
Yeah.
was, but everyone thought
But
he was.
everyone
They're like,
thought that he was inside.
how do
'cause
we
they
get
couldn't
him
find
down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, I
Right?
remember.
I thought about that when the
I
whole
did
balloon
too.
thing came
I
up.
did
I was
too.
like, is it one of those things again?
Right. Amber, did you find it?
Yeah, could you see me at all?
No,
No,
it just
you went-
said A.
So so yeah, you can't see me. So it was just saying that Turkey and Syria got hit with 2 earthquakes on Monday, a week after it was hit with another earthquake that had killed 47,000 people.
You're not hearing shit about that either. I haven't heard a fucking thing.
I mean, I
No.
heard about it, but
But
Didn't
one
hear
out of
about it.
1 out of 4, and literally,
But hey, Machine Gun
and
Kelly.
you all,
Machine
yeah,
Gun.
right?
I
But
have seen
everyone-
so much on that.
Yeah.
So much.
It's
It's,
dumb.
stupid.
I haven't heard much about that, but I've also had a lot of other things going on,
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't bring adulting into this conversation.
Right.
I mean,
Like-
that
Hey.
is not.
The
a-
aliens are
I'm
about to
hearing
kill
about
us.
Dave Hollis, okay?
Oh,
Dave
yeah.
Hollis has been more important.
Yeah, that's sad.
That is
Uh,
a freak accident.
That's sad. I know.
I don't know who that is.
He is a very inspirational, motivational
Oh,
speaker.
He's okay. I saw the
died.
picture.
Yeah,
I
he was
remember.
Disney's one of the CEOs.
Don't
not like-
don't bring up Disney.
I
And
know.
I'm so pissed that everybody keeps talking about Disney. He hasn't even been with, and people are like,
For like
oh,
20
Disney
years.
does that to you. He hasn't been with Disney in a long fucking time.
Right, he's written some books that are really good. I listened to one of the books and it was really fucking good.
I mean,
So-
he's been an inspirational person for a long time. And they said he's been in the hospital for heart conditions, blah, blah, blah. I know that he was sick right at Thanksgiving with, and he had, had COVID or whatever. And then all of a sudden, boom, he died. He had been in the hospital with heart cut stuff. And then he died
just
Saturday
gone.
night at home.
A lot of fucking weird deaths like that.
There's been a lot of deaths
hard.
lately too.
Our
Yeah.
next episode may just have to be a conspiracy fucking theory of what's going on in this world.
Everything's been heart related, all of it.
I know. It's just hard because that gets real political real fast. But
Yeah.
anything else on these balloons? Adam, final thought for you. What is it?
Again, I think it's the smoke show. Like, look over here, look at this. Don't pay attention to the right. What's going on over here? Because
Right.
I need to see what they look like because I really don't know what they look like.
You
Honestly,
only know what one looks like. They have kept the others quiet.
yeah,
Well, didn't they just recover all the pieces of the first balloon shot
And
down?
and that one looks like
Yeah.
a balloon. It totally was a balloon. But beyond that, the second, there's no video or photos.
what color is
Third,
the balloon?
fourth,
Does it look like those
white.
big balloons you can get
It's
at the
white.
Army surplus store?
No.
It just looks like a huge white latex balloon.
Yeah, and it had the pictures of it. It has something underneath it,
yeah.
and it's believed that it was a bomb. I don't know, but there is like objects underneath it. Probably one's a camera, whatnot. But so you think it's just smoke show, Adam?
I mean, that's a bomb. I haven't heard that yet. But,
Yeah, I
mean,
heard
that's
that
pretty
too.
legit. If you're going to go like old school with a balloon and like, hey, we're just going to float this over you, then like,
Yeah,
damn.
it's ballsy.
No.
Where was it heading and why didn't it explode?
I don't know. I can't remember,
Because they
but it
shot
went.
it down before.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
You would
was
think if they
headed
shot
to
it
the
down, though, that it would
location of
explode.
Yeah.
Right.
Malaysia Flight 370. Wherever the hell that is where the balloon was going. They're just going to take the rest of the Malaysia flight out that nobody ever found.
Fucking Bermuda Triangle, bro. Everything ends there.
See, hey, we're out here solving shit. That's what we do.
Again, we have solved many big cases in our
But
past. So if
wasn't
you haven't
the
looked
first one
back,
all the way up in Canada?
no, that was the second one that was shot in Canada.
Where was the first one?
Florida.
Over
No, or
Florida,
se-
North
no, it
Carolina.
was
No.
North Carolina.
North
Yeah.
Myrtle
Carolina.
Beach area.
Yeah, the second
that's-
one that was shot over Canada, even though we don't work in Canada, and if you've ever listened to the press secretary's explanation of why we shot down an object over Canada, it's pretty fucking funny because she's a moron. But
Right.
it was just
That's our
funny.
airspace.
Right. Yeah. Well, she's like, well, we're like kind of like one big family, and she just stumbled over herself with stupidity, but because everyone's like, why are we shooting down
just
shit
North
over
America.
Canada? Yeah. Yeah. It's like, no, that's no. Yeah, we kind of protect Canada because they're attached to us. Nobody's going to attack them. We would have to fight, but I don't think we're out there sending F-15s to Canada to help them. They have their own planes that could have done this. Why were we
I'm
there?
just saying, Mexico's attached to us, and we're not sending F-15s down to the cartel going across the border.
Right. There is no border anymore. Haven't you heard that?
Oh, my bad. My bad. We're going to send F-15s to Canada to shoot down a balloon.
Right. Bringing over the cocaine.
Illegal crossing.
Right.
It's good. It's good.
It's all good, man. See?
Don't,
Aliens are entering every day.
no matter which way you go.
Amber, I'm pretty sure he made one of those a U.S. citizen, so he can just shut the front door.
Right. This is true. This is true. So, Mish, what do you think?
Damn.
Final thoughts.
I don't know. It could be China. It could be nothing. It could be
Everything.
it's smoke. I really do think that it's look over here while we do this over here. Let's distract you while we're doing other things. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I also do think that China is ballsy enough to do some bullshit like that. So it could
fuck
be
yeah.
a spy
yeah.
balloon.
Hey, why don't we have Brandon on here?
What do you
I
mean?
want to know his thought on what he thinks it is.
There is a child knocking on
Oh.
the door.
My Brandon.
Yeah.
Our door?
Let me see if I can get him on real quick. We can finish it out with him. Oh,
I told them while we were doing podcasts. I don't know why they would.
There's a child on whose door?
Adam's talking to one of them. I don't know. It's one of ours.
Wait, he has a door? Where's he at?
He's in our bedroom.
Oh.
I'm in the closet.
I'm in the basement.
It's my
Right.
it's my little party spot.
while I'm waiting for Brandon's message back, Amber, what's your final thoughts on this?
I feel like they're blowing smoke.
Okay.
I just feel like Brandon would have like a really good like philosophical reason. I
Right.
mean, he was talking about the guns and how they were like the gun control. They were talking about it with all the shootings lately, but they're all like all the politicians are all wearing like the guns on their propels.
Right.
I mean, he's very smart about this. I would love to know what his ideas are on it.
Yeah. Well, let me see if I can get him on for like 2 minutes. But I'll put a
What do
shout
you
out
think?
to his page. Let me put a shout out to his page real quick. So Brandon is a very political person, but he's super fucking smart. Like the guy is one of the smartest guys I know. So if you get a chance on Instagram or Facebook, well, go Instagram or TikTok. It'd be the
Yeah.
Insolent Bard is his page, and his shit's funny. He makes it fun though too, but it's very political. But it would be a good one to bring in on this balloon thing. So I will mute myself for a second and call him and see if I can get him on for a brief moment.
Okay.
Oh
All right. He finally muted himself.
Oh my
Hallelujah.
God.
Now we can talk all this shit about him. Him and his.
So-
Right?
Right,
He's the only one doing it. I'm just saying. Neither
I
one
know.
of you
I'm really
have
curious
froze.
to go back and look at the video and see if it's us who's freezing or if it's him who's freezing.
Right. See, like right now, he hasn't moved one fucking bit. Oh, his eyes
No,
blink.
his eyes are going.
His eyes are blinking.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
But-
dark. He's black. I don't see him.
Really?
Oh, now I see him.
Yeah. He's making
He's like,
phone
"What's up,
calls.
homie?"
You better
Yeah,
answer
I
the
just
phone.
feel. I feel like there's some. I feel there's weird stuff always going on with our government that I just don't trust anything that any of them say anymore.
Exactly right.
I feel like they're always trying to
And that's-
bamboozle us.
Right.
Yeah.
And they
No
get so
luck.
upset when people talk shit about the government and this and that. Well, you do it to yourself. You don't
Right.
let us in on the real shit. You know,
The
Here in a minute.
real.
the
The
real,
real shit.
The real shit. Well, he didn't answer, but we'll get him on one of these shows. Maybe the conspiracy theory one would be a good one. We can get him on fully.
Yeah.
Because like he loves all that shit too. He loves conspiracy theories, whether it's the Masons and all that stuff. But then he's got the political aspect. Super smart guy. But for me, I'm with the rest of you. I think it's a smoking show. I don't think any of this is an alien invasion. I think if they're going to do it, they would just come in and fucking start bombing us and start whooping the shit out of us. And
They
it would
just put
be
a
war.
big old condom up in the air.
Right.
Well, I
Yeah.
agree the whole alien invasion thing that you said, but I
Yeah.
can believe that, there's UFOs, but you have to say
Totally.
it as unidentified flying objects.
Yeah, totally. I just don't
Not
think.
to be confused with the green aliens.
Yeah. Will they attack us someday if they exist? Probably. But I don't think that's what's happening now. I
But
just
if they
think
exist and they've been saying it for so long, why wouldn't they have attacked us already? Is my question.
because I think we're taking care of ourselves.
Yeah.
I think they're
But
just
yeah,
like
I mean, we're already taking
we
care
learned
of
how to hold our
ourselves.
own.
Why would they need to attack us?
exactly. So I don't know. If we don't get shit together, I think they'll just watch us fucking die out like every other civilization before us. There's a reason that we are repeating history because it's always fucking happening. At some point, our civilization will be gone. There's no doubt.
Mhm.
It will end. Whatever the reason may be, we do it to ourselves. Meteor, dinosaurs come back. I don't know, but it'll happen. We will be gone. So we're not
If
even.
dinosaurs come back, I would like to be around for that because that'd be pretty
Right.
fucking awesome.
I mean, when you actually talk
I
about
agree. I agree.
civilization, we are one of the shortest living civilizations right now. There have been civilizations who lived a lot longer than we did, and they are gone. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. Hey, Adam, go ahead and end this bad boy. Words of wisdom. What's the
What?
wisdom?
Is
Every
Wow,
Okay,
you're
bye.
starting to sound like President Biden.
no, that would be hey, thanks y'all for taking so long because we need
Right.
to monitor our borders because we have endangered
Yeah.
jumping from
Anybody
multiple directions.
I will stop it. I
And if-
love it.
And if anybody decides to from the
Make sure
I
you
will-
put your pants
I
on
will
right.
put my foot
boys and
down and
girls.
stop it before it ever happens.
You got that, Jack? I love when he says Jack. It fucking makes me laugh. Got that, Jack?
Mhm.
Well, hey, we'll end it on that note. But yeah, thanks for everyone.
Thanks for tagging along with Coltrane. No.
And if you don't like and subscribe, I will veto that.
Oh my
See you next
Oh.
time.
All right, we'll see ya.
Wow.
Bye.
All right. Bye.